So on the topic of our unique needs and going forward, the overwhelming question I get all the time, and that's part of all of this, is what to do with carbohydrates, okay? One thing you guys have to realize, and this is really the fundamentals and the basics, there are only three nutrients: carbs, proteins, fats. That's it. There are literally only three things. How much you eat of what and when is the magical question. And then the next one is, what's your total calories that you consume? That's really it. You boil nutrition down. Those are the fundamental things. So to address carbohydrates, if you eat more carbohydrates, by definition, you have to eat less protein and fat. If you eat less carbohydrates, you have to eat more protein and fat. I know this sounds a little stupid, but I mean, it's a fundamental principle. There's an inverse relationship between the two. So carbohydrates, people really think that they're the devil, or they think that they can't consume them, or if they do, they're gonna get fat, or they're not gonna get results, or they're not gonna be healthy. First of all, you have to understand there are different types of carbohydrates. There are complex carbohydrates. They tend to keep blood sugar levels stable. And there are simple carbohydrates, sugars, the sweet things, the things that we like to eat that we know we shouldn't eat all the time. You can absolutely consume carbohydrates and lose weight. Okay, some people think, no, it's impossible to do that. It's not. If you're in a calorie deficit, you're eating less calories than your body needs. By the law of thermodynamics, you will lose weight. Okay, so that is something that is pretty fundamental and pretty basic. You can eat carbohydrates and lose weight. As a matter of fact, there are some studies that have been done where people actually ate junk food, pure junk food, what we'd classify as highly processed foods with no vitamins, no minerals, nothing, pretty much, and lost weight. They've actually done studies like this, eating Snickers bars, chocolate chips. How's that possible? Because when you're in a calorie deficit, you will lose weight. There are a couple exceptions to that. If you have a thyroid condition, if you have gut dysbiosis, metabolic disorder, you've been chronically dieting and under eating for a long period of time, you might have what's called a tanked or damaged metabolism. For those people, I've seen people who literally have to eat more food to lose weight. I've seen it happen. And I've mentioned this before in my previous webinars, that some people need to rebuild their metabolic rate. Now, if you're listening to this and you're thinking, well, I've been doing a lot of diets for a long time, and maybe I'm one of those people that needs to eat more calories to lose weight, could be. If you start to eat more calories gradually and you gain weight, that's definitely not you. Okay. But if you start to eat more calories gradually and you start to lose weight, and I've seen this many times with clients, you're like, oh, okay, I've been, chronically under eating for a long time. Because some people who are not getting results, like I just said, are chronically under eating, not under eating for a day or two. That does nothing, but chronically under eating for months and months and years. Your metabolism will really slow down. And then you can have like I said, what's called a damaged metabolism. So to go back to carbohydrates, you absolutely can eat carbohydrates and lose weight. Anytime you're trying to get in shape or follow a nutrition protocol, you have to start with the foods that you actually enjoy. Now, obviously, when we're talking about burgers, pizza, highly processed stuff, we all know this. You cannot consume all that stuff in large quantities, right? The devil's in the dose, right? Moderation is key. So you can have those quote unquote non-healthy foods, as some people might classify and label them, but not all the time. It's just physiologically not the best thing to do to optimize our health. But from time to time, yes, I don't believe in cutting anything out. I say to myself, I'd like to eat everything. You only live once. Food tastes good. I'm a foodie. I love to eat. But you also have to understand that you can't eat whatever you want, whenever you want, all the time, at least not for now, until they are able to manipulate our genes in a lab or something. And who knows, with the way technology is going, that's maybe around the corner, and this whole webinar will be pointless in the next 20 years, but that's not here yet. We're dealing in reality and the current situation. So with carbohydrates, you can eat them. If you're trying to lose weight, and many of you are who are tuning in, you can eat carbohydrates. You do not have to fear them. Okay, so I just want to clear the air on that, because a lot of people are confused when it comes to carbohydrates.